Good morning, hockey fans. This is Stephen Heisler with HeisHockey.com, the Victoria's Hockey Company, and the Junior Hockey Discussion Group on Facebook. You are watching the Junior Hockey Morning Show. We are on the World Sports Broadcasting Network, WSBN.TV, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Hopefully you're watching us today from your office, most likely from your phone. At some point, my head is not having a good day this morning. Today is Friday, July 21st. Tell me it's about 3 weeks away from my birthday. 2 weeks? Yikes. I'll drop another number on my August 4th. I'll be in a coma, probably in bed, sleeping off the previous night's festivities. What day is that this year? I don't know. Go to Mr. Google, Tomas. What day is August 4th? It will be a day in August, for sure. Today's topic, if you read the HeisHockey.com article from yesterday, I was talking about the Central Hockey League. And we'll go into that today. Actually, I had all the show prep done for yesterday, and we had a technical glitch again. What day?
Friday.
It's a Friday. So I'll have to party on Thursday, take Friday off. That's the plan. Not really my idea of a good Thursday night party. Is to go to the beach, get some salt water, have some fun. Salt water is awesome on your birthday. We'll maybe do two coasts at the same time. We'll go to the East Coast and watch the sunrise. Over to the West Coast of Florida, not California. Watch the sunset. That'll be fun. Back in the spring of 2011, the old Central Hockey League was at a crossroads. The pro model had a big crack in it, and Commissioner Dwayne Lewis went into a league meeting with a way to move forward through junior hockey. The old Central Hockey League was just part of a large group of low-level, A-level, minor professional hockey clubs stretched out really from Georgia all the way to New Mexico. They were at one point, I think they had Fort Wayne at one time. Anyway, very spread out league. The East Coast Hockey League was literally a bomb from New England to California. So all these teams started getting hit with workers' comp fraud because the players figured out that if you got hurt a week before the playoffs or 2 weeks before the end of the season, you can all of a sudden be paid for the whole summer if you nurse an injury. Headaches, backaches, these things were the general go-to ailment. And they milked that all summer, change leagues, and go back and play in September. That ultimately is what killed minor pro hockey across the United States. So instead, in that meeting with Central Hockey League owners, instead of making a decision that easily could have changed the landscape of hockey, egos overcame common sense, and that ultimately led to the end of the league. Egos. They have a way of getting in the way of clear vision. Just for a minute, imagine our game today if the CHL had taken the bait and jumped to what is essentially NCAA compliant Major Junior. Of the 14 teams in 2011, only Wichita, Allen, Rapid City, Tulsa, Fort Wayne, and Missouri are still on the ice. the Brahmas eventually joining the other defectors in the NAHL. Rio Grande Valley has sputtered with a few different variations of replacements. Laredo also took a hit with that USA CHL baloney. Arizona is ignoring their NBA Development League team and is still hungry for hockey. Evansville has been a continuous disaster. Same can be said for Quad City and Bloomington. It's difficult not to forget Dayton, Ohio. One can only assume that expansion into the West was going to be inevitable. But that never happened because the Central Hockey League did what they did. Eventually broke up. A few teams joined the ECHL. But going back, 13 years, I can't help but wonder what would have been an AAU league operating at higher standards than the USHL, housing, skates, travel, no fees, professional buildings. They would have been able to print money. But here we are. And that's what happens to hockey. Greed has a way of overcoming common sense. Greed has a way of taking 75 goalies into a main camp in Chicago yesterday. I think someone in our group figured out they collected like almost $40,000 for one day, maybe more. Ridiculous amount of money for 1 day of goalie sessions, and then they break that down from 75 to 24. It's nuts. How do they take all that money from those kids for 2 sessions or 3 sessions on the ice? Doesn't make any sense. But that's today's junior hockey. That's today's factor of greed. And one of our people in the group last night says, that's just hockey now. It's all about the money. Well, we ran across something else yesterday that kind of disturbed me. The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been around for my entire life. I was a member of that as a teenager. We supported that group over and over and over again for many years, for many different issues, fundraisers they've had, only to find now that FCA has given FCA Hockey, the guys that were running North Star, and had some legal problems there in Minnesota. Now FCA Hockey is on the board, and they are acting as advisors. And they have a AAA program. They don't have a rink. The website's full of poop. But asking for donations and talking about Christian ministry in one moment and then charging a $3,000 fee in the other, it's not really what I thought FCA was about. I thought it was about winning hearts for Christ, not winning Benjamins for Randazzo's wallet. It's not really what I expected. All right, folks, it's Friday. Got my rant this morning. I'll probably get in trouble. A lot of phone calls later on today. But until Monday, enjoy your morning coffee and have an absolutely great day in hockey.